Hey guys, Chef Chuck and Dave here with another Peck and Nosh video.
And today we're making peanut butter cups.
It's one of my favorites.
It's going to be something that you really can't find on the shelves.
That's right.
PB&J.
What does that stand for?
Peanut butter and Jack Daniels.
What?
Yeah, I thought we'd make something with booze, right?
Oh,
That's what we were planning.
Oh God, I think he needs an intervention, but you know.
Intervention?
Intervention. But we can do it after we show these guys how to make the tart.
What kind of intervention? Like a peanut butter cup intervention?
Peanut butter and Jack Daniels intervention. Let's go, guys.
See how you are.
Here's a few of the things you'll need to make this recipe rainbow style.
So today's recipe, I'm going to show you guys how to make 2 peanut butter cups, right? I'm going to show you how to temper milk chocolate and make the shells using this nifty little cheap mold. And I'm going to show you how to make a peanut butter milk chocolate ganache. And David's going to show you how to make dark chocolate and Jack Daniels ganache. And then we're going to put it all together. So let's go, guys. Come on. Okay, guys. So first step in this recipe is we're going to make the milk chocolate shells in this little mold, right? I go to Trader Joe's. It's cheap. Their milk chocolate's good. Their dark chocolate's good too. It's a good amount. When we get chocolate, it comes in a tempered state, right? It's solid, it's shiny, it has that nice little snap, and it has a really smooth mouthfeel, right? Perfect for eating. One thing I would stay away from are the subpar coating chocolates or like Choco Melts or something like that. Sorry about the brand, but it's just not good quality to use. It's convenient and all that kind of stuff, but yeah, not in my realm. Tempering is essentially manipulating or controlling the fat molecules, the cocoa butter. So to temper the chocolate, we're going to chop it. We're going to melt it in the microwave incrementally to 112 degrees Fahrenheit. We're going to set it aside, let it cool between 86 and 88 degrees Fahrenheit. And that's the working temp, right? We're going to pour it in our molds. We're going to tap it out, clean off the top, set that side, and while that's happening, we'll make our ganaches, our peanut butter ganache and our Jack Daniels ganache. Chop your chocolate up in tiny little pieces, and then we're going to incrementally melt it in the microwave. So I'm temping my chocolate here, and it hits about 120. You definitely don't want to go over 120 because the fat crystals will crystallize and you get little chunks, and that's a big mess. Anyway, at this point, we'll just let it cool down to 86, 88. So I got a little inspiration. And for the peanut butter and jam cup, I decided to incorporate the bread part of the peanut butter sandwich, right, into the top as a caramelized crouton garnish, right? You guys will understand that a little bit later. So all I'm doing is taking some day-old bread, breaking it up in little 1/4-inch pieces. I'm going to toss it in a little olive oil and sugar and salt, and then I'm going to roast it in the oven at 400 degrees until they're nice and toasty. These delicious toasted breadcrumbs look so yummy. Okay guys, so I have my peanut butter, crushed peanuts, and my milk chocolate. I'm going to make the milk chocolate peanut butter ganache. Very simple. So I mixed up my peanut butter milk chocolate, and I also added some crushed peanuts, roasted, unsalted. Texture I'm looking for is a more refined Reese's peanut butter cup center, right? But I want that salty, sweet, toasted peanut mixture, right? And it's always going to pair better with the better quality chocolate, like our milk chocolate shells.
All right, so I'm back, and this is the part you've been waiting for, is the Jack Daniels part, right? The best part. You want to see what we're going to do with it. We're making a nice dark chocolate Jack Daniels ganache, and I've got my chocolate all chopped up, and it's like 92 grams here. I'm going to put it in a bowl, and it's a nice brown chocolate, 70% cocoa chocolate, which is wonderful. And what we're going to do first, we're actually going to heat up the cream and the Jack Daniels in a saucepan on the stove. We're not going to bring it to a boil, but we're going to heat it up nice and make sure it's mixed together really well, you know. And then we're going to pour it on top of the chocolate, stir it up together with a whisk, and slowly melt that chocolate and make a really nice soft ganache. It should be wonderful.
Here I'm pouring the cream into a saucepan on medium heat. Then I'll be pouring the Jack Daniels in and letting that simmer, not quite to a boil, but enough to see some bubbles in there. I'm pouring my simmered mixture over the dark chocolate to cover in a bowl and soften the chocolate before I whisk it. Now I'm whisking my simmered mixture around with my softened chocolate, and it's going to make a very smooth dark chocolate Jack Daniels ganache. Mmm.
Okay guys, so our chocolate is about 87 degrees Fahrenheit. It's time to make our shells. So simply just going to take some of the chocolate, fill it up. Just go ahead and fill it up all the way. You don't necessarily need to go over the edges. Right? Fill these up. Always nice. Okay, so we got that part. So now just tap it down a little bit. Make sure the chocolate goes all the way around to the edges. If it goes over the top, it's fine too, right? Tap it down for air bubbles and then turn it directly over. Normally I use the polycarbon molds, which are heavier gauge plastic. And are a little easier to work with, but this isn't that bad. Just lightly tap it, gently tap it to get the excess chocolate out. And don't worry about the chocolate going on the parchment because we can reuse that, right? So then you're going to see we have these nice shells, right? Move this out a little bit. I'm just going to use this to scrape across the top. And this is a basic hardware store scraper that you get. Don't wash it. Just wash it by hand. Don't put it in the dishwasher because it might start to rust, right? And we don't want that. So yeah, so now at this point we've got these nice shells. So we're gonna let them crystallize. I'm gonna speed up the process for a little bit and pop them in the refrigerator for about 20 minutes because we have 10 of these to make. So I need the mold again. So I'll see you in a few minutes. Okay, so these have been in the refrigerator for about 30 minutes and you guys can see like these darker spot and a lighter spot. The lighter spot is an indication that the chocolate is setting and releasing itself from the plastic, and that's what we want. If the majority of it is lighter, we can carefully pop them out, right? But just be really careful because you don't want to crack the shells.
So we have our shells ready to start layering.
Yep, we are ready to go.
All right, my favorite step.
Here we are. So now we're going to do the assembly. I left 5 of these in the mold, so just for support, and we're going to put them back in the refrigerator anyway.
And that's for yours, right, with the jam?
Yeah, and that's for the peanut butter jam, the PB&J yam. And David is going to put the peanut butter in his, and then he's going to top it with the Jack Daniels Ganache, right? And we're going to finish it with a little crushed toasted peanuts on the Jack Daniels version. And then I have some of the breadcrumbs. I made some caramelized breadcrumbs to put on top of mine to complete the PB&J sandwich experience in a peanut butter cup. Okay, so let's hit it. All right, Dave. So just gonna take a little bit.
It's a nice amount.
Yeah, a better way to put this in would be to pipe it in, but this is okay too.
Try to put a couple on mine too.
Yeah, go for it. Just make sure we leave enough room at the top for the ganache, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, chef.
Yes, sir, chef. Alrighty. Now for the good stuff, we're going to put in the Jack Daniel's dark chocolate ganache right on top there. Just dab it in, spread it around a little bit.
Yeah, you can use the back side of the spoon to kind of smash it down out to the edges, right? Yeah, there you go.
There we go. That works.
Nice. I'd add more in that one.
Yeah.
So I'm going to add some of the jam into mine. Just going to set it on top, essentially doing the same thing he's doing. Okay guys, so now I'm going to show you how to close the shells, right? So we're basically going to put a lid on the top. So I've got some more tempered chocolate and I have my paper cornet here. So I'm just using my trusty Minion glass to hold up the bag, the cornet, sorry. Okay, so just probably could have made a bigger bag. Just cut a little tip off. Oops. And then just go ahead and spiral all the way around. Here I'm placing our breadcrumbs on the PB and jam cups before the milk chocolate crystallizes. And on the other cups, I'm using crushed peanuts.
Well, these came out beautifully. Look at these peanut butter cups, nice and thick, all that chocolate there, and full of that beautiful peanut butter ganache. And mine had that dark chocolate Jack Daniel's ganache in them.
That's right. Mine had the peanut butter and the strawberry jam. It's very delicious.
Very tasty.
Very delicious. So click like, subscribe, turn on your notifications.
And try these at home. Do it. We know you got the time.
Oh, happy New Year!